March 21st, 2010. VGN Radio presents Midwest Wasteland with your hosts Kevin Baird
and Brian Baird.
Tonight's topic, nothing. All right, so as you can see, Brian and I are the only ones hosting the show tonight. Originally we were going to do military. It was all worked out throughout the week, and then Bill Bailey last minute canceled on us.
What did he cancel for?
He didn't actually say, probably
said I can't.
He had something other than nothing to do. So,
maybe he's getting laid.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I mean, it's possible, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't really care about that. But then I told Anderson, and Anderson said that he's got to play poker tonight. So he had no intention of being on the show anyway. Yeah, I know. The guy with all the
he's great. What they must be playing for like pennies or Legos or something that doesn't actually concern themselves with real finances because he doesn't have any money.
Toothpicks. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He said though that he can make some money. It's low stakes, and good luck to Don. I hope it works out for him. Although that's usually how they start you out. They get you with the low stakes poker, right. And then they're like, "You're so good at this, dude. You should play at the high stakes game." Yeah, I am pretty good, and that's when they clean you out, Yeah. And I've watched enough movies to know. So Larry, who was supposed to be on the military show, said he had no ideas for grossness. Which, come on, yeah. Please, that's a bullshit excuse.
I know that's bullshit. It's like, come on.
It's you know what it is? It's March Madness, and as much as Larry pretends that he likes other sports, he really likes basketball more than anything else that the guy watches. So, he's watching basketball, or he's sleeping because he was watching basketball. So he has no bullshit excuse. And then Cease had a panic attack or something. Yeah, something like that yesterday. Low blood pressure type thing. And panic attack's the wrong word for it. He just got kind of sick, because he's been running around too much. Between the kid thing, he's got a girlfriend now that lives up in Lakewood. So between driving the kid to her science fair, going up to Lakewood because he lives in Berea, people that don't know, a few cities away, and then his job because he has to work weekends and.
When did he get a girlfriend? It's like that guy sounds like he never has any time to go anywhere.
Yeah, you know what? Don't be fooled by the impression that he gives about being broke or not getting with the ladies or anything, because it's all, listen, I know the guy better than anybody. It's all bullshit. Because Cease is the guy, like, yeah, he has those feelings, but unlike the rest of the unwashed, he has to go out. It's like a cancer that eats at him. Like, if he just sits at home, he's like, and he just fucking has to leave, Especially because his room is about, like, his house, his apartment, whatever, same thing, is about 2 body lengths in size. So, he can only pace the floor so long before he rips his hair out. So he's always going out, and he's always trying to hook up, and he hooked up. And he's this has been going on now for about 3 weeks, and I'm really happy for him, and I hope it works out for him. But, we'll see. Because he'll bring a lot of the Cease craziness with him. The craziness that we all love, but
that's all we're looking forward to.
A lot of girls don't quite understand it, when he looks at them with that bloodshot eye in the middle of the night. No, anyway.
Sitting over their bed.
Yeah.
Johnny, what's wrong?
Did you take the last of the sugar? God damn it! And he starts breaking shit, and you're like, what the fuck? No, I'm sure it'll all be, it'll all work out. And so Brian is actually the hero of the day.
Yeah, even I had this thing. I'm like, should I just not do the show? I'm like, dude, it's about gross stuff. How can I not do the show? Because if I don't show up, people are going to talk shit about me, so I have to be there.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, we had some good stuff, too, about that. I know the one time when I went to... I don't know if I should talk about it, because I want to save it.
No, save it.
Yeah, I think I will. So what's going on with you?
Anderson's out playing fucking...
poker.
Yeah. Playing strip poker.
And Jason had to work. I even asked him if he was.
He's probably out. What if he's out playing strip poker?
And Jason was supposed... Listen, I don't even want to think
I know we don't
want
to run that through our head too hard, but I'm just saying, what if he was?
Dude, I wouldn't put it past him because he does things that you don't expect him to do. You know, like he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be a comedian." He'll just walk out in front of like thousands of people.
I don't get that either, man.
You know, and he'll start
the
telling
guy can be
jokes.
pretty funny. He's like, "I'm going to make a career out of it." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, but you just okay. I don't know. I never really saw that in his future, and so far neither is he. But yeah, no, I mean, whatever. You know, if he's good at poker, cool, man. I don't know, but it's like one of those things. Like the dude's a mystery. He's always doing something different. You know, I mean, it's kind of like
man of mystery.
Yeah, he just whatever. You know,
I wouldn't call it that, dude. I'd call it man of desperation.
I don't know. He like you know what though. Anderson is really picky. Desperation, like, is like when somebody says to you, "Hey, do you want to go clean out this sewer pipe?" You know, for $500, and you're like, "No, but I will." You know,
Yeah.
but
$500 is $500. Yeah.
But Anderson will be more like, "No, I'm not doing that." No, you know. So
Yeah.
he's a different cat, man. I don't know. It's cool, whatever. So yeah, and Jason had to work. So anyway, what's going on with you? What'd you do this last week? Anything?
Well, I avoided going to the Ringworm concert on Saturday because I don't have any money. I'm trying to save it all up for Cinema Wasteland, which is next month. I don't have my kids all month because they're off doing stuff with their mom. Because I called them like, "Hey, when am I picking them up?" And she's like, "Sometime in the middle of April." I'm like, "All right, just so I know." And let me see.
So that means you have time to help Larry and me move. Isn't that exciting for you?
Yeah, on Easter weekend. That'll be great.
Well, that's me. Larry is like next week. Larry
Larry doesn't need to be moved. He needs a ride.
Listen,
what the hell does he possibly have?
He's got a couch, a love seat, and a chair at his.
Come on, his dad must have gave it to him just to get him the fucking house.
That's actually
he's probably giving him furniture just to get him the fuck out.
Yeah, probably. But this stuff's actually at his girlfriend's house. Cindy's house.
This is his girlfriend's shit.
So he's got to so he's already made it a little bit complicated because he hasn't quite figured out if we're going to like load the truck up at his dad's.
Why are we doing this, dude? You know he's not going to fucking stay living with her for more than a year.
He's not living with her. He's taking his here was the thing, right? Originally he was supposed to move in with her, but she gets like money from her ex for legal type of thing. So if Larry moves in, less money, and she's not that crazy. So she's like, "Oh, you're not coming in." Actually, Larry was the one who figured that out. So then they said, "Well, no, that's not going to work." So, so Larry had to get his own place. So now he's living in North Royalton in my neck of the woods because that's apparently close to his work, and as well, it's closer to Cindy, and it's in Cuyahoga County and not the edge of the earth where he lives now. So anyway, dude, we got to help him move. Yeah, again, it's going to be like a computer desk.
Yeah, well, as long as he knows I no longer have a pickup truck.
No,
how are we going to move my stuff? I'm like, we're not.
He's got stuff, but I think everybody else. I mean,
all I know is when you go to move, there better be fucking people.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There's not that much stuff.
I am worried about it. No, there's one time you and I went to fucking move.
Yeah, that was
horrible. Went from 2 inches of snow to 8, and it was us.
Yeah, no, that
and I'm old, and you're old, and no more moving. This is it.
I know. Listen, it doesn't, well, unless there's like, fucking...
I moved, it was you, me, Jody, and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was it.
But,
I was dying.
But this is going to be easy because it's all just the big stuff. All the little stuff's gone already, so you don't got to worry about it. It's not going to be. Cease is going to be there now, and Larry's going to be there because they're going to help Larry move. And if Larry doesn't show up, we're going to drive over to his house and kill him because we know where he lives. And yeah, so it's cool. And then I don't think Jason's going to be down here in time. And Anderson said he'll help, but I don't know, because he might be playing poker that night. So,
yeah, dude, he has to. If you don't help, you get dogged.
But anyway, there'll be at least 4 of us, and that's going to be plenty because there's not that much stuff. So it's not going to be a big deal. Trust
not that much stuff.
And listen, it ain't going to be. I agree with you. Nobody. It wasn't my fault. I told everybody to come, and nobody. It was just you and me. And what was I going to do? I had to move. I know,
but you had to move a bunch of toast that had fucking bodies in it.
There was nothing I could do, man. It was I rented a truck.
Unbelievably healthy.
Everybody,
heavy.
It was kind of like tonight's radio show.
And
everybody
lifting this, and I'm thinking the whole time I'm lifting these things, and every single one of those giant totes weighed over 50 fucking pounds. And I'm like, there's no way that all this stuff is useful stuff. There's no way. I mean, half of it had to be fucking rubbish. I'm probably carrying fucking 50 to 75 pounds worth of toys, all right, or video games, or books that he doesn't read. I know I'm carrying fucking shit, and why am I doing this?
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't
fucking horrible.
Oh my god, you make it sound like it was
so heavy. I was so tired.
Oh my god,
dude, come on! At the end,
silly, dude.
Every time I took a toad upstairs, I had to sit down and take a break.
Yeah, you were like
so tired.
Listen, it wasn't. Listen, okay, everybody that's listening, let's get a couple of things straight. Brian was out the night before, and he was kind of hungover or something the next day, so that was part of it. He was completely wiped out. And yes, at the end, it was tough because there was flights of stairs we had to go up, which was crap.
Down a fucking flight, up a fucking flight.
And we had to move.
Snowing like a son of a bitch.
We had to move the video game collection, which was
we had to fucking go from your house, and then we went and took all that shit to the new place, and then we fucking went to that crazy fucking storage place, and put all the shit in there. Dude, the fucking U-Haul was sitting on its axles, man. It was so fucking heavy. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get this down there without it fucking cracking in half,
This is ridiculous. No.
Fuck, and the oldest goddamn U-Haul truck ever fucking made. Oh, dude, as soon as I fucking took a look at that, all I heard in my fucking head was Hawk talking to fucking Snake Plissken going, they've converted cars to steam. I'm like,
Yeah, that thing was kind of ridiculous. Christ. No, but look, all the game consoles,
exercise.
All the game consoles are in storage, and that's where they're staying. This is just going to be big stuff, so you don't got to worry about it. And Larry's, I'm telling you, is going to be worse than mine. It really is, because it's just going to be big stuff. And I got the cable guy coming at like 2, and we're picking up the truck at noon, so we're not fucking around. We're going to get the thing loaded up and over there because I got to be there for the cable guy. Internet's more important than whatever the fuck I'm leaving behind at this fucking place. So I don't really. Yeah, I really don't care. Fuck that. So,
you have all your shit in that garage with that giant hole in the middle of it?
No, the garage is empty. The garage is done already.
We're moving Kevin in, which fortunately there was like 8 of us, so it was pretty cool. And Kevin's like, watch out, there's a hole in the fucking garage. And Larry's like, or something goes, what hole? Ah! Like he fell into a fucking crypt. Like, goddamn, man. How fucking big is that hole? And I walked in, I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Well, you know what's crazy is at the place I'm at now is we got a letter from the city of Cleveland that was because they live next door. Yeah, I got a letter. It's a foreclosure notice. So I gave them to the neighbors next door. But it's like, guess it's good I'm leaving.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like, oh fuck. So anyway, so I don't know what's going on there. So anyway, so you don't have your kids all week, so you just been sitting home playing Dungeons and Dragons, or what have you been doing?
I've been bouncing back and forth between. I got Metro 2023 for the X360 first-person shooter, like Fallout 3, but in Russia, and it's not as open. You can't just like, I'm going to go look at these bugs over here. Yeah, you have to follow whoever the fuck's fleeting around and shit. And it's an interesting game because you have the option of either listening to it in English with English subtitles, or you can listen to it in Russian with English subtitles, or if you just decide to go full fucking whatever, you can have it in Russian with Russian subtitles, I guess. And it's fun. I haven't finished it yet, but I've got already on like, I can't even count how many levels away. I'm no longer where I was originally. I'm like way fucking far away. It's just, Fallout 3 had a little interesting thing where you could just, like, tap a button and it automatically just, like, aims for, like, people like me that are, like, aim impaired when it comes to video games. This doesn't have that, And there's, like one guy, he has my character with shotguns, like, you, Alexandria, or whatever the fuck my character's name is, like, take this and shoot them. So I'm like, okay, and it's a double-barrel shotgun. And I pull the trigger, and I go to pull it again, and nothing happens. I'm like, this is fucking thing. I got to pull both fucking triggers. Try that, didn't fucking work either. I'm like, son of a bitch.
So you have to load
I shoot once, and I got to reload immediately. And I'm like, but there's like these crazy mutants that are coming at you like out of the goddamn woodwork. So you're like constantly like, running out of ammo. You're sitting there shooting it with like a pistol, and then you're down to your knife. And it's like, ugh. But the graphics are really fucking tight. So it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I still have Blood Bowl, but it's like, dude, I get done at the end of the day. The last goddamn thing I want to do, because it's just sitting there playing a video game that's sports.
Well, don't tell me about.
I'm like tired by it. Just looking at it. I don't even know how to pass yet.
Don't tell me about the games you're not playing, because you could tell us about those during Video Game News Radio.
Yeah. Well, besides that, I'm still playing Warhammer Online because,
because you like to just lose all the time.
No, well, no, I switched servers, so I wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Because I did discover, like, I was on, like, all the losing servers where, like, my side was constantly just never going to have a chance of doing really well. So I'm like, okay, there's, like, 4 levels, right? There's T1 through T4. And T1 is, like, the one you were at with your squishy character where you get, like, captured a flag, which was, okay, but it gets kind of boring.
Why does my character got to be squishy, man? What's that about?
Because you had a fucking guy flying on a Tron's Deadly Disc who could set up a little fucking drooling slob.
I didn't invent the fucking game. That's what they gave me. I'm just
saying that it's a squishy. That's what they're called. Mages are fucking squishies. And you always had to pick a mage, and you're like, I'm dying too much. I'm like, yeah, you're squishy. So, I made one too, and dude,
you can't win in these games. Okay, look, if you play a warrior, all right, then you're running after people, and then whoever's the magic user. No, I'm just saying in any of these games, whoever the magic user is, you've got like a sword and shield, and while you're chasing them, they're like, lightning's coming out of the sky, hitting you, fucking flames are coming up, plants are reaching out, grabbing you, tearing your flesh off. You fucking die before you ever get to anybody. And then if you play a magician,
castles.
But if you play a magician, then what happens?
You pull a rabbit out of your head. There's no magician.
You have no powers at all, right? That's the only thing you can do. Like, you become a magician in one of these games, and you can
there are no magicians. They're magic users.
What? You can sprinkle some magic.
It's like a fucking Vegas.
You get one weak ass fireball spell for like forever that you just toss it.
Christ's angel over here, fucking watch me pull a rabbit out of my head.
There's always some guy.
The attacking hordes just stop, and they're like, ooh,
and there's always some archer fucking guy. There's always some guy that can just stand like a little bit far away, just be like, and then you're dead.
Yeah, well, it's fast paced, dude. And then the other one is you lay siege to the castles, and then after that you have to get through like a defensive barricade, then get to the castle, and then after that, I mean, eventually you get to attack their like main city, which is gigantic. Which I really can't wait. The problem is that they pulled out an expansion. So like halfway through T3, you can go to the expansion area, which I guess is where everybody is, because I'm sitting there like, okay, nobody is fighting over here. No one. So where the fuck is everybody? And usually between 5 o'clock at night and 10 o'clock at night is when everybody's on. And there was like nothing going on.
So Brian, let me ask you a question.
I'm like, do I have to? I mean, you can grind up to level 40.
I really don't care about your video game talk.
You asked.
It's not the video game show. You could have been on it, but you decided to play hooky for most of the night.
I was.
Did you do your census form?
They keep sending me it, and I keep throwing it away. They know I'm here. What the fuck? They sent it to me. That means they know I'm here.
They can fine you if you don't do it.
Yeah, they're gonna bother.
They'll send you a bill, and you'll throw that away, and then one day you'll get pulled over in your truck, and they'll be like,
yeah, your job's canceled.
Yeah, you have to go to court. Hey, look, we have a caller. We don't usually take callers, but I think this is like Anderson or something. Let's see what it is.
Playing fucking poker.
I don't know. I pressed the button. It didn't do anything. Let's see if it works here again. See, I had to switch, like, Firefox, like, screwed up on me today, and I had to, like, quickly, because, like, Flash stopped working, so I had to, like, quickly switch to Chrome. I don't know if you've used that. And, Chrome is pretty cool.
Yeah, I had Chrome for about a day.
Yeah, but it's a little bit flaky. Okay. Hello?
So am I on or not?
Okay, finally, yeah, you're on. Sorry, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, I had to refresh Chrome because it wouldn't take the initial button click because it decided to just give up on the page I had. So what's up, poker player? How you doing, man?
Nothing. I'm just.
You lost all your money already?
No, I haven't even gotten there yet. I was going to go there, and then I was like sitting at home playing a video game, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's 8 o'clock. I think I'll listen in. So I figured I'd listen in for a couple minutes, and then I was like, I might as well just call in while I'm driving over to the place, because if I can add to the conversation, then I will.
Oh, there's not much to add. We're just kind of bullshitting because everybody dropped out of the conversation tonight.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to add my 2 cents. I'm like,
So is Jason not moving out here? He says he has no place to live.
Says he has no place to live, but I'm working on looking for a place for him because he doesn't have internet. So it's like I told him, I was like, well, I got internet, so I can look up places for you. And he's like, sweet. And then he started like making a list of demands, and was like, yeah, you know what?
A list of demands. Like,
I don't want an apartment. I want a house or a duplex. It's got to have pet friendly. It's got to be. I was like, oh, you know what, dude? I'm just going to get you a list of places, and you're doing the work, not me.
Just send him a fucking copy of the Cleveland Free Press or some shit like that and say, here you go.
Just tell him to go to the stupid library. How about that?
I can't afford to call from here.
Doesn't mean it's a
Go to your local library.
It is a job first before you can get all demanding, you know?
Right.
It's like...
but yeah, I guess he got screwed out of the place he was going to live in.
Yeah,
so,
his cousins.
Right.
So his cousin was like, well, you know, that was pretty funny that time we were talking about you possibly moving out here, but...
who would ever known you would have been here? Look at that, you're moving back. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, once I realized you were being, like, you weren't lying, you know...
Yeah, I'm going to be out of the country.
Yeah, you can't, because
right.
I don't want to live with you. Yeah, so... Dude.
I remember why you moved to Florida, so, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I'd have to disconnect my phone, get a 1-900 block, and, you know. So, yeah. But is he still coming, or is he going to try to get a place first?
As far as I know, he's coming.
Can't go live with his mom or anything?
He hasn't said otherwise, so...
Yeah. Not living with his mother?
Maybe, I think.
What about you? Are you coming?
Mom?
Hells yeah.
No.
I just gotta get my shit straight.
Mama.
You got to get more money, is what you're saying.
Yeah, which will happen this next month.
Which will happen tonight. Tonight, poker night.
Well, hopefully tonight pays for the cable. So, you know, I need an extra like $40, and I'm thinking to myself, that's not so bad. I can do that. You know.
That's great. Everybody goes in there to have a good time. Anderson goes in there with the intent to pay bills.
Tonight, man. I'm introducing cut for a $1 tonight. So I'm gonna press that real hard because that's a fan favorite right there. So
you should have got like some pizzas and put them in the back of your car. And then be like, you know what, guys, I'm hungry. Let's all chip in for pizza. I'll get it. And you just put it in your pocket and then bring the pizzas in like 20 minutes later.
Away. Yeah. When the fuck is Anderson coming back with our pizza?
I'm outside, just kicking it. There you go, guys. Well, that's the thing. The guy lives right above a Papa John's, so really far to go. Although it's Papa John's. Ugh. Did you guys try the new Domino's?
The new what?
The new what?
The new Domino's pizza. You know how they they're all. No.
There's not one in North Royalton, so I can't try it. Have you tried it?
Well, yeah, because they were giving pizzas away for $4.99, so I was like, I got to get on that.
And
I don't even know if that exists.
What's your opinion?
It was all right. I mean, you know, Domino's wasn't that good. I mean, it used to be good way back in the day, like when we were in high school for some reason, and like it was really good. But then it like got really bad, and then now they're re-releasing it, and it's I don't know. Everybody, you know, all the pizza places, you can't do anything new because everybody's done it already. You know, the garlic cruster, the Parmesan cruster. We do this to our seasonings, and this is with blah blah blah.
Well, you know what it is that you can there's two kinds of pizza in the world. There's the $10 pizza that Domino's sells, right? And a lot of other major chains sell. It's just like whatever. It's the $10. It's got toppings or whatever. You know, they mix it up, but that's your $10 pizza. And then there's your like $20 pizza that nobody really wants to pay for, but it's like a lot. It's like a lot better. But it's like you're sitting there going, is it worth the extra $20? No, you know. So everybody eats the crappy pizza. I don't know.
There was a place when I lived down in what do you call it, on the farm in the wilderness,
Seville,
the wildebeest, Seville. When I lived down there's a place down there. I can't remember exactly. I think it's Samolski's or something like that, and it's like they're like world famous pizza. They're like they've been in all the competition
everywhere in the world. You go to fucking North Korea and they're like, dude,
they make cheese right in the back. The Amish are there making the cheese.
Right.
They're beating the grain for the crust. Yeah.
We found out they were there, so we called them. We were like, oh, let's get a menu. We got a menu and stuff. We called them up one night. We're like, yeah, we'll order a pizza. And I'm talking to the girl, and I said, yeah, listen. I said, I want to get the steak and cheese pizza, but I don't want the Swiss cheese. Can I get like a provolone or something? And she was just like, well, I mean, not really, because that kind of just, you know, takes away from the whole idea of the pizza. And I'm just like, okay, well, my wife doesn't like Swiss cheese, and she wants to have that pizza. and but she doesn't want Swiss cheese. Can we have like provolone or something? You know. Well, I mean, it doesn't really. That doesn't really. It's a different kind of Swiss. It's a different. And I'm just like, why are you trying to sell me on this? Do you not understand? You know, she's like, well, I mean, we can do it, I guess, but it's not going to be like our standards or whatever. I'm like, I don't care about your fucking standards. Just give me goddamn pizza. You know, I want steak and cheese on it. Hook it up. So, yeah, it's tough going to those places because you're paying more and you're like, well, I want better. But
did you like the pizza?
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
It would have been better with Swiss.
You went through all that shit, and you're just like, it was all right.
It would have been totally better with Swiss. I like Swiss. But you know what I mean? What the devil says, the devil gets. So.
Right on.
Yeah. I thought that was a pizza story. There you go.
Brian, do you have a particular type of pizza?
Delivered.
Yeah.
Generally the way I like it best.
Doesn't much raw pizza at Larry's. You'll eat that.
Actually, I like thin crust. That's like a thing. I don't get
no.
I want thin crust mostly because if I'm eating regular pan pizza or whatever the hell you call it, it's like you have 3 slices and it's like you just got done eating an entire bowl of spaghetti and a loaf of bread. You're like, oh my god, I can't fucking eat anymore, dude. I'm gonna shit. Thin crust is it's just filling enough that you can munch on it. And you don't have to worry about your blood sugar going through the roof. I gotta sleep now because I had too much to fucking eat. You know, you're fat and old. You know,
it's like somebody hit it with a hammer. It's the same crust. It's just condensed. Just and then they sell it to you, and it's like a Ritz cracker with toppings on top. It's just not my thing. I don't know.
You'd be surprised. Most places don't make their own thin crust. They have them shipped in.
Really? I don't think that would surprise me, though, because how really would they make a thin crust? They hang the crust up, dry it out like the settlers did with, meat or something, just have it hanging on some wires. That's dry enough. Bring it down. Cut away the green parts.
Next to the pigs that they're going to fucking slice up.
Cut off the hair in the green, and then we'll just put the toppings on and sell it. So what does it come in, Don? A bag or something?
Yeah, it's just boxed and bagged and boxed, whatever. And Pizza Hut has their pan pizza shipped in too. Actually, so did Marco's.
Does it say made in India or China on it or anything?
Nah, wherever the hell their place is at, that's where it's made.
Yeah, China.
But if you don't go through it quick enough, you got to watch that stuff because that shit gets moldy real quick. Some places don't notice it, so if you get
no pizza lasts that long. It's just not possible.
I'm saying in their cooler, it could take 2 days and it starts getting moldy. So.
Well, you mean the tomato sauce isn't fresh? They don't make it right there at the
they make it right there, right out of the can.
Yeah, exactly. And the cheese?
They put the into the bucket, and then you put the secret powder into there too, and then you mix that all together, add a cup of water or some shit, and there you go. You got sauce, just like Mama used to make.
Yeah,
I once learned how to make authentic spaghetti sauce.
What would you buy?
The real kicker is I was taught by a Mexican
all that
person.
Shit up, throw in the fucking garbage cans, tomato paste. That after about a week is
it's really not worth it.
No, just fucking order the shit.
So you made it yourself, out of real tomatoes, or you got a bunch of cans together and mixed the shit up with spices?
Who at Marco's?
Well, whenever you made your sauce, whatever.
At Marco's, it was canned. At Pizza Hut, it was canned.
No, the one time that you made real...
No, it was a Mexican guy that taught me. Real tomatoes and all that stuff, and showed me how to, onions and ground beef, all this good stuff. It was really good. I forgot how to make it, though.
Yeah.
Brian
and I, we have a resource for anything we want to make from scratch, and we don't, usually. No, I do. I do a lot of cooking. I've done all that stuff, but there's I make everything once, and then I kind of say I made those baked beans one time, and they were good and everything, but it was this ridiculous amount of work. And I was and it wasn't really.
After all, you're like, why am I bothering?
Yeah, it wasn't any better than a can of baked beans or anything. I was like, well, this is just
Yeah, cooking beans sucks.
It's just not. Yeah, just not really.
I mean, it's not even that hard. It's just that you got. It's not so much the cooking; it's the cleaning.
You have to stay on it in case so they don't burn. Can't have too high of a temperature.
Oh God, I know it's.
And then anything
keep
that
stirring.
anything you ever want to make, it's like you're going through the recipe list, and it's like a bunch of normal stuff, and then there's that one thing that like you've never even heard of before. You know,
It's because they don't sell it in our fucking part of the country. You know, it's like some fucking like
Saffron.
Spanish spice that like even like if you ask Spanish people, they're like, "What?"
Like saffron? What the fuck is saffron?
Yeah,
You go to the grocery store, you're like, excuse me, you guys have saffron? They all laugh at you.
Do you have a Moroccan filbert? You know,
Truffles.
I don't-
Chocolate?
oh. So then you're like, well, I'll just take that out. And then it's all bland, doesn't work and shit. Like, fuck it. You get, goes Don C style and just make the SpongeBob macaroni and cheese. Try to pass it off as your own creation.
I'm sorry, I just saw this thing for Warhammer. It's a poster, and it says Astartes, which is the Space Marines. And underneath it, it says, "Bringing order to the galaxy by choking the shit out of it." It's just something about that just hit me just right, and I'm like, yeah, that's humanity right there. Bringing order to the galaxy by choking the shit out of it. Oh fuck, that kills me. Sorry.
There you go.
Well, Brian's having a good time anyway. So everybody...
You know me, man. It doesn't take much for me to be fucking tickled. I'm like bringing order to the galaxy by choking the shit out of it.
So
that applies.
It's even funnier when you repeat it.
So Anderson, where is this place you're going to? Is it like on the moon? You've been driving for a while, man.
Oh, dude, you know what? I live in the boonies, dude. I got to drive half an hour just to get to work. That's why I called. I was like, I got time. I got half an hour, 45 minutes almost, because I got to drive through. I got to drive from Delaware all the way through fucking Worthington, which is like 25 miles an hour. It's starting to slow down now. It's starting to get to 45. And this is like the populated area with all the stupid fucking lights.
Brian,
I hate this place.
can you move your mic a little bit lower than your nose? Because I'm just getting like all your nose breathing into the
God
mic.
damn it, man. It's like the best mic I've gotten in ages, and it's like there's so many problems. I have to take my glasses off because it like rattles against it, and as soon as I do, my eyes start to fucking water. I'm like, God damn.
I know. I should just put background music on again because, Kevin Smith stole my idea. I should just like take it back. I should
Yeah, but his
reclaim
music is
it.
always like songs nobody's ever heard of ever.
No, they're good. He just has the money to pay the royalties on it, or he hasn't been caught yet. One or the other, I guess after that whole fat guy in the airline thing he had.
Yeah, I just heard that. I didn't know what the hell everybody was talking about, and then I finally just heard like the episodes he was talking about. That I'm like, that's just what's. I mean, I see how he was describing it, and I'm like, it just sounds like a shit situation. Where I mean, what could you do? I mean, you're trying to be cool about it, huh?
I was gonna say, didn't he pay for like 2 seats though?
Well,
Yeah.
no. Normally he does, and but he ended up on a he does that. Sometimes he buys 3 seats because they fly on Southwest and it's so cheap, and so normally he does. But at this one instant he didn't, and he fit in the seat and everything, and he fastened the seatbelt and all that kind of stuff. But they still they dicked him. Whatever. It's just gay. It's just a scam, because they used to make seats. Brian and I
Yeah,
flew
the seats now are like fucking. They make them
Right.
for like, children.
Brian and I used to fly back when there used to be a bar on a 747. Like we never went it. We never went in it.
I remember that. That's right.
Right,
Yeah.
but there, like on the upstairs used to be a bar. You'll see it in old movies. And then they later on decided, you know what, we're going to get the bar out of here, and we're just going to put more fucking seats in here to, get more money out of people. Fuck the airlines. They're all bullshit. I mean, what are you going to do, though? Walk? Take the train?
Yeah, walk. That's for gays.
Learn. I guess you could get together with Ferdy and learn how to fly your own plane or something, but good luck with that. So, Anderson, have you filled out your census form?
Nah, I got it sitting there. I know they're gonna get me. Whatever, get in line. Everybody's after me anyways. What do I care?
Oh, you will care.
Yeah, people are asking about the bar in the chat. Yeah, a bar. It was like a bar. You used to go on.
They had steps.
So yeah, there's steps on 747s. They're still there because if you go on a 747 or a larger aircraft that they have today, there was an upstairs, and you would walk up the steps, and at the time it was a lounge, and there would be a bar there would be a stewardess or whatever serving drinks, and there was couches, and it was like a little lounge area. You could get up and go go walk around up there and stuff like that. And that shit's gone. I mean, I'm sure it exists on like if you fly like a foreign airline, it's probably there maybe. But in the United States, fuck it.
You don't have drinks. It's against Allah.
And they charge. Well, they charge for drinks all the time. I mean, it wasn't not Coke and Sprite and stuff, but yeah. Otherwise, just be like an Irish drunken brawl on every plane,
Which they probably could do, because back then people weren't all so fucking like pussies.
Music just started up.
Yeah, I don't think you heard that kind of music, but every so often, like they would like put the movie on, and if you didn't have if you didn't have the headphones, you just had to watch it. You couldn't hear nothing.
Right.
Cheap ass headphones.
Right, the little air tube headphones. They had no electronics in them at all. They would just pump the air in you and stuff.
So people would just like sneak theirs in.
But yeah, the seats used to be bigger, and it used to just not be so fucking uptight. It was probably like completely less safe too. So everybody just kind of was like, we're taking our lives in our old hands, Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hope we get there alive. It didn't matter. Sometimes like the power would go out in the cabin and stuff, and it'd be like pilot would come out, the power is going out in the cabin. We'll get it back on for you shortly and stuff. And Bride I wouldn't care. It just give us a moment to turn our flashlights on. We had no concept of like what a fireball out of the sky was going to be like. I don't know. We were too much into fantasy as children or something. We just felt like, well, if the plane starts to crash, we'll fly or something. I don't know. At least that's how I thought about it. Brian, maybe you were petrified. Were you scared flying?
No.
Anderson,
I just didn't want to get sick.
Anderson, were you ever scared flying when you went to Scotland or anything?
No, I was never scared. I thought it was cool.
See?
I just always hated my ears popping.
Yeah, that blows.
You gotta chew gum and shit like that.
Make yourself yawn a lot. It's tough. It sucks. So,
yeah. Even though I did fly over the ocean, so you say to yourself, oh my God, something does happen.
Well, we did too when we were kids.
Like I'm screwed.
What's the Scottish airline like anyway? Is it just like one propeller and stuff?
The guy walks up and down the whole time playing bagpipes.
Yeah.
Annoying as shit. You're like, I'm trying to fucking sleep, but just got this pride.
You land and everybody starts throwing haggis at you.
Yeah, eat this. No. What?
Why do you have to go to me? I'm in the store right now. No.
Oh, who knew you were going shopping? What are you taking up on the pizza idea we had?
No, I gotta get something to drink.
You guys want chips? I'm gonna go pick up some chips. Chip in. Bring some grotty chips back.
You guys want some smokes? You want to get back into that?
I'll go back.
Hold on.
I'll go back to.
I'll be back in a second.
I'll go back to Brian. So Brian, your oldest turned 18. So are you free from the child support?
At the end of her school year, yes.
And what happens then? I mean, like not.
Then I have one child.
No, yeah, not with the finances. I mean, what's with her now? Is she just she driving?
For her graduation or for her birthday, I got her driving lessons because she has to be on my insurance for me to be able to take her around out here. And out here, people are really kind of fucked up when the way they drive.
Yeah, I've been there. I know.
Yeah, so I just have no intention of,
You have no intention of being a good father and teaching her how to drive. It's good.
Yeah,
it's fine. Just like Dad and me.
Dude, Dad would yell and you just like freak out because his voice. He'd be like, "Okay, go slow." Then be like, "Stop!" And his voice would like bang. He'll be like, "Jesus Christ!" Suddenly just appeared in your fucking car. Went, quiet. He was like, "Oh God."
Dad took me to drive one time, and he got too nervous. Like he was just just couldn't handle it. And the thing was though, it's like different than any other family because Dad probably didn't have car insurance. So he was probably.
That was the reason he told me he couldn't get me my license. He's like, I don't have car insurance. I'm like, they don't ask for it. He's like, well, what happens if you get into an accident? I'm like, oh my God, I'm going around the block.
Right, he was too afraid.
How bad do you think I'm going to possibly fuck all this up?
If we'd have wrecked the car, there would have been nothing. No money, no job, no nothing. This would have been horrible. So
we'd be dead.
I took the test. I took the test like 3 times, failed.
So did
twice.
I kept failing.
Yeah. Passed it the last time with Cease's Cutlass.
Oh my God.
Well, the one time I had to take the Park Avenue, that didn't work. And then he took me in the citation, and like he drove me there. He didn't even let me drive to the driver's lessons to get warmed up or nothing. He drove me there, and then I guess
Who the hell's car makes that noise?
Anderson's getting on a train or something? Is that the whistle blowing?
Dude, it's 1992. Get up off my shit.
And he gives me the citation. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's no power steering in the car." And I've never driven a car before, so it's like, what? That was a disaster. Because you learn all this.
I kept feeling the written part.
You learn all this stuff, like how to go around the cones, like through driver's ed. It's like real specific. Like you're supposed to move your arms, like, a certain number of
3
times.
3 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6
Right.
o'clock.
And when you got no power steering, it's just like, just forget about it. I just murdered the cones. So, yeah. Fucking tore them apart.
I know. I took it the first time, and it was in Dad's, whatchamacallit?
Cutlass?
Nova.
Oh, the Nova.
Yeah. So needless to say, that was impossible.
Well, I don't know. You drove that for a while. I mean, it was kind of the thing where you had to keep it going. It's kind of embarrassing to take the test in the stalls.
Yeah, but you don't want to take the wrong turn and the doors only just pop open.
Yeah.
Fall out.
The instructor just rolls out.
I remember that because you'd be like, hold on to the door.
Yeah, and then the tire just rolls over. It must just keep going. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Why bother?
Yeah, it's over.
It's just not going to end well.
Dude, yeah, I've been like... that car was awesome. It had that...
Yeah, I inherited it. It wasn't that awesome.
It had that, like, blue rubber, like, vinyl seats that the smell never went away. Like, you could do anything in that car. You could bring in, like, paint thinner or something, or whatever. Anything that smelled really strong, and no matter what would happen, eventually, like, the couch in that thing or the seats in that thing would just, like, overpower it. It would smell like that blue vinyl crap. Yeah. But Brian takes the car. Brian gets this car, and what's the first thing he does? He sprays, like, an anarchy symbol on it.
Yeah, pictures are fucking everywhere. They're just kind of like, well, if I'm going to fuck things up, might as well do right. So... I just thought that shit was fucking funny.
God, man, that was crazy. Like Brian gets out of the service, and the Bakers give him a car. They give him.
No, it wasn't right away.
Well, it wasn't right away, but they still gave you a car. And then Dad was like, "Well, why don't I get that car and you can have my old one?" Like, how bad off were we that he had to like?
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to like.
There are two evils.
Yeah, he had to like swindle the citation out of you so you could get the Nova, which was like a horrendous car.
Oh, it was bad.
He's outside washing, and he's like, Brian, you ever really just take a good look at this car?
Well, think of it as like he would get the car during the day, and then I would come home, and then I would take it all night, and then I'd give it back to him, and he would fucking be like, "Where's the gas?"
Like, like, thanks for the pizza. Where's the gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian wasn't the most responsible young man coming.
Car would just smell like sex. It was ridiculous, man. No pride at all. He was like, "What's wrong with this car?"
Carpool.
Yeah, Dad would be like, "What? Why does the car smell like that?" And I wasn't even able to fucking answer him, man. I just started cracking up. He's just, "God damn it!"
Picking up his coworkers. They're like, "Gee, what were you doing last
night?" He didn't pick anybody up in that fucking car. Give me a break.
It's funny for the joke, motherfucker.
Not a fucking chance.
The good thing was when Brian got out of the Navy, though, it enabled me to get out of the house because I was allowed to go out.
Just sit there and stuff.
I was allowed to go out and do whatever I wanted at like the age of 15. Like at that point, it was just like you can go do whatever you want. You can stay out all night, which was still like a good plan. Like if you ever have kids, that actually sounds like it might be bad, but it's really not because everybody else's kids aren't allowed out and everything's closed, so you can't really do anything. So Brian was able to like bust me out, and we'd go to like parties and stuff, and it would be like really fucking crazy. Remember that time like we went to Beans? Like, it was like one of the first times I went over there. There was like a party at Bean's house, and like Brian like was there for about 30 minutes, and then he was getting laid in the bathroom. And everybody's and everybody's like crowding around the door and stuff.
Andrea.
Yeah, I guess. And
yeah, because I didn't know who she was. We talked about that, and then I went to Hills the next day, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm 16." I was like, "Oh fuck."
You feel like that was stopping you back then or anything? You're like, yes!
Yeah, I didn't want to have like crazy because I already had fucking knew one person who was fucking supposedly 16, and I discovered much fucking later on, oh, my dad's a cop. Like, that's fucking great. Awesome.
And, like, you go into this, like, when you're really young, like I was, and you go into this culture of, like, people that are drinking, and they're always, like, you're basically being introduced to drinking for the first time in your life. And there's all kinds of different shit. I mean, like, beer alone, there's, like, 20 different styles of beer. There's, like, regular beer, light beer, dark beer, dry beer, these lager beers, the kind with fruit, feet beer.
Lager.
Your lager beer, whatever. But it's like you're just like people are like, here, try this, and everybody's got something different, and they all want to give it to the 15-year-old kid, so you're just coming home hammered, like, oh, and Brian would be all cool about it. Just shut up, don't tell Dad, man. Shh. just go in the room, be quiet, all right?
Go to your room.
Like, hey, Dad, what's up? And Dad wouldn't care, though. Oh, you guys doing? Because I think he just saw... Our dad was cool because he had just kind of saw it as, like, a rite of passage or something. Like, as long as they're not coming home, like, gay or something,
Yeah. Dicks in their butts.
Yeah, that would have been it. Don't bring home any pregnant girls or anything. Like, all right.
Yeah, doesn't care if they're pregnant, just don't bring them home.
That time we got those 2 liters of wine coolers.
Remember they used to sell 2-liter wine coolers?
Right.
Can't find them anymore, man.
We got 2 of those, and we went and we drank them all. And then Brian went to take me home, and he goes to pull in my driveway. My dad's standing outside in the yard. He's like, yeah, I'm not pulling in. He, like, pulled in the very beginning. You remember I had that long driveway? He just pulled in the very end. He's like, yeah, I'm stopping right here. I'm just like, what? No, pull in. He's like, no, your dad's right, no. I was like, oh, come on. I was
Dad's
all drunk.
fucking
like,
spooky, man.
Yeah.
That was...
Like, no, get out now.
That was crazy, because what was it, just the 3 of us? It was like two liters of wine coolers.
2 liters, and the 3 of us, and we went to the mall.
It's an insane amount of fucking alcohol for 2 or 3 people.
And then,
it was, man. It was like, it sounds like bullshit, but it's like, wow.
And then we went to the mall, and we got in line to, like, Wendy's and bought, like, giant pops. And then we didn't even drink them. We bought these giant pops, and it was like, let's go play some video games. So we left them outside the place, and they got thrown out or something.
That's the kind of detail Anderson will remember for the rest of his life. The anything that was like frivolous.
As a matter of fact, I think Corver was working at that Wendy's at the time.
He'll remember
that Wendy's at the mall that he used to work at, and I think he was there because we're all like, ah, laughing at him and stuff. Jason, he's like, get out of here.
We would just go harass whoever the fuck is working. Man, fucking whatchamacallit. I called off sick from goddamn Hills once, and Huska and Carl Tuesday come fucking over, and they're like, come on, man, we're going to go out drinking. I'm like, all right. And what do those assholes do? They drove over to fucking Hills, and they're yelling at the windows, hey, we got Brian in here. I'm like, shut up. I'm going to get fucking fired, man. Like, hey, go get one of the managers. We got him. He's right here. We caught him. He's fucking around. Assholes.
He's not sick.
Yeah, those were good times, and also bad times. But yeah, it was mostly just a game where, like, in Cleveland at the time, when Brian got out of the Navy, to drink beer, you before a certain date, you could be 19 and over to purchase beer, not hard liquor, but beer. 19 to 21, and Brian basically just missed being grandfathered in, right? You were a couple of months shy of being old enough to purchase alcohol, but he had a lot of friends that he knew from high school, that could buy us beer. So it was always like a game where find somebody that could buy us alcohol, and sometimes it didn't work out though, because sometimes people are just dicks.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. You spend most of it looking for somebody to buy it, and then by the time you find somebody, there's usually everything's closed. And it's like, shit.
Or they're just they're just being whiny. I don't want it. Why do I? You guys are going to get into an accident or something. You're like, why are you? What?
I'll tell you what though. You go to Brian Baird on a good day. You give him some money. You get yourself an 11-pack.
Hey, Hey, man, that's
pretty much
tiffing.
guaranteed, man. It's pretty much guaranteed.
Well, the best thing was when Brian moved out because he had his own place, and you could if you knew you were going to be back the next day, the beer would hold up for one day, so you could leave it there because you couldn't bring it home. You could be like, "Well, Mom, I got my beer," or Dad.
Yeah, Mom had a bigger problem with me drinking, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm not gonna let you drink beer, but you can have wine coolers." I was like, "All right," So I walked over to Bart's house when we lived in, when we were used to visit in California.
Yeah.
So I walked over to Bart's house with my 6-pack of fucking wine coolers, feeling like the biggest fairy on the planet, and they're all sitting around smoking these giant Super Bowls. Looking at me like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's pop."
Bartles and James, dude. Bartles and James.
Bart Glazer.
I don't even think that existed yet.
Oh. Fair.
Yeah, it was like in the beginning cusp of wine coolers, So, my mom's like, you can make wine coolers. I'll show you how. I'm like, yeah, why don't you show me how,
Yeah.
So, which was awesome, because then I take, she's like, here's some 7-Up, and then here's some, and then, Strugelberry fucking wine, or whatever the fuck, My mom's wine was never bullshit wine. It wasn't like fucking Boone's Farm, man. Her wine was like, shit that cats used to drink when they were out on patrol during World War II in fucking the Black Forest in the middle of goddamn February, Drink this. Oh, it's very warm now. Jesus Christ, You drink it, also you start breaking into a fucking sweat. What the hell's wrong with me?
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
You got to go.
Yeah, I'm at my destination, so.
Well,
Right.
Good luck, man.
You're gonna come out naked. You know that they're gonna take all your shit.
I hope not.
Feel free to call in during the sports show if you, if you're done or anything.
Still have a phone you can call from.
Oh, Larry will be on for that?
I guess. Who knows?
Is it the same number? Same phone number?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, man. Good luck. Take it easy.
All right, thanks.
See you, dude.
Later. All right.
Christ. So I got myself a wireless router.
Oh. Look
Yeah,
at you.
I just haven't set it up yet because I need another wire that goes from the actual, router to the other router. Or however the fuck it works. I don't know, dude. I just took a look at it and just went, and put it on the floor.
It usually comes with one. These days are getting kind of
yeah,
cheap.
that one. I have one now. It's going into my computer, but it didn't come with the other wire.
You mean the new one? I mean the new one that you just bought in the box. It usually comes with the cable, the wire.
There's a cable that runs from the actual router to the computer, but I thought you had to also hook it up to where the cable thing is at.
Yeah. How are you currently getting internet on both of those computers? Do you have like a switch on the ground that's running 2 wires into each?
Yeah, we're both one slave to the other, and then
oh, you guys are using the sharing thing still?
Yeah, we're still using the sharing thing. Well, I got to be honest, dude. This thing's pretty fucking old.
Well, yeah. Listen, let Jody deal with it. If she'll figure it out, and if she can't, then I'll help you. But I don't want to just go over there and she'll get angry about it and start throwing rocks and stuff. And
Nah, she's cool about it. It's just this is what she does now for a living. She worked on computers and shit. She likes it a lot more than she did in her other job. Like, yeah, you're not surrounded by chicks.
when did she switch jobs to working with computers? When did this happen?
It's at her job. She basically just because nobody there knows what the fuck they're doing with computers, and she's actually kind of got a gift for it. So
A gift for it, huh? Well,
yeah, I mean, she's not like your job. She doesn't program. She just pretty much just goes on and fucks people's computers. So just nice.
Everybody's got a gift for that. It's called Google. You just Google the fucking problem.
Yeah, dude, what it is that people just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and she just takes like 2 seconds to look at it and goes, oh, okay.
Well, look, there's an error on the screen. Well, maybe I'll type this into Google and figure out what the problem is,
Exactly.
Most people can't figure that out. Okay, so these days, what are you driving? You're driving her old car? What's she driving?
She got her mom's car, which is, I don't know. It's a big fucking, like a 90-something or 2000-something boat.
So why did you get the sports car and she got the boat? She likes it?
It's not a sports car. It's a sedan, dude, number one. Okay, it's like a family car, believe it or not. It's a vibe. Vibes aren't really that fucking... They're not sporty.
It's vibe. It's got a vibe, It's kind of... You got to pump the stereo in it and,
It has a sunroof and it's got a CD player. I'm not bitching, Beats the fuck out of what the hell I was driving before. It's just... It's not... It's certainly not, like a fucking sports car. I wouldn't want a sports car anyway, man. Just because I wouldn't fit in it.
So she likes the giant car, or you just did some sort of like whiny thing for a while?
No, because what happened? What it was is that her nephew needed a car, basically. All right. So me and her nephew get along pretty good. So, speaking of which, I asked her brother to go to Mansfield with us because Oswald's only got like 15 people.
Right.
Like, well, we could use more, and he was seriously interested in going. He's pretty cool.
It is in November, after all. I mean, I don't think anybody's ready to sign up at the moment, but yeah.
No, yeah, I just said, just so you know, we have room available.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
you gave him your old truck.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I like it, but I'm just like, I really wanted something more because, I got 3 daughters and shit. If I got to tool around town, I really can't do much with it. And he was happy as hell because his car had like no defrost, in winter. I mean, how the hell are you going to see where the fuck you're going? He's a decent guy, so it's just like, well, huh? It's like you're wiping off the windows and all you get is like streaky handprints all over it later. You're like, this is fucking bullshit. Get the fucking the hot the curling, not the curling iron, but the blow dryer hooked up to the fucking
yeah,
hooked up to
Gotta do what
so I was like, all right, dude, here. So she's like giving me her vibe, but it's still in her name.
You ever do that thing where you're like in your car, it's so covered with ice and snow and shit, and you just like make like a porthole to see, and you drive like that.
You do. You can't see nothing around you. You might as well, You might as well be driving with toilet paper, fucking the paper, the cardboard fucking paper thing in the middle. You might as well have that taped over your eyes. You can't see where the fuck you're going.
I do that sometimes when I'm fucking I'm late for work and shit. I'll just like fucking scrape it up off that I can just see. The car is just this big snow thing, just going down the road.
I know, yeah. I was like
there's like a cloud coming off the car behind. So much
you're a portable blizzard.
Yeah.
People behind you can't see. They're cussing you out like, motherfucker. You don't feel like dealing with it. You're like,
fuck that. Scrape it off the car bullshit. It's Cleveland. It's just going to snow again like 5 minutes later.
You're just trying to keep the car warm. It's insulation. Yeah, dude, you think that's basis? He was like, I go down the road in my semi. If I've had a trailer that's been sitting around for too fucking long, man. And the fucking snow's all piled up on top. I'm like, what do you think I'm going to do? Climb up on top of it and sweep it the fuck up? Are you crazy?
Right.
Just drive down the road, and I look behind me, and all I can see is this billowing cloud of white. I'm like, oh, well.
People can't see shit. They're like, why is it snowing so hard?
Yeah. People are fucking flipping me off. And they go, well, I'm just laughing. What are you going to do, slam your brakes on me? That'd be smart. Oh, dude, yeah, fucking. So yeah, I got that, and it's like, it's front wheel drive, thank God, because the pickup truck wasn't. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
so I got that, and it's a better car, all the way around. I mean, it's just that it's a Pontiac, and the only thing I don't like about Pontiacs is that they're, the first thing that goes is the goddamn rotors.
How long does it take you to drive to work?
About half an hour.
I don't know how you can take it, man. It seems like such a haul.
I'm a truck driver, dude. Really, it's not that hard. Half an hour, like, oh, that's it. And besides, on the way home, when I leave for work, there's like no traffic. Especially like on Thursday, there's like no traffic except drunks. And as long as you can avoid them and don't drive too fast, because cops are out. They leave you alone. But it's the drive home. It's like I've already been driving pretty much like. Working for like 13, 14 hours, and I'm just so happy to be going home, number one, and number two, really, half-hour drive. I'm not saying I don't have my days where I just wish it was like still in Lakewood, where I was just like, bang! Oh, look, Bill Bailey on fucking Facebook, post vagina.
Yeah, because he had so much to do.
Yeah. He didn't want to have to do our show because,
It was against God. It
is.
Yeah, now he's got all these conspiracy things. He gave me these conspiracy DVDs.
I know, I was reading that, dude. I was laughing.
And,
what? Dude, just think of it now, man. And fucking between his Christianity and his conspiracy theories, and I mean, dude, free weird shit for the next 10 years.
Let's just say,
amazing.
Let's just say that there is such thing as a new world order, and let's say that they do control the governments of the world, and in the banking industry, and they control Obama, and everything that's being done right now is to control all of that. I'm not going against that organization because that
they've got that kind of power.
Right. They're rubbing me out isn't going to be very difficult for them, you know?
How does you dying improve our living situation? You know? Just tell people. Just like, look, you know, I want to do good. I want to help you. I can't because it looks like it'll hurt.
Yeah, I mean, basically, right. It's like if it's all true, then then the next thing you know, you'll be like dead from like some like aneurysm or something. It'll be like, oh,
it depends on your death. Your death will be leveled on your participation in their downfall. Okay, like if you just like go around and you have your own podcast and you just talk about the New World Order and like the organization and it should be taken out, you'll probably die from like food poisoning or something quick. Okay, but if they want to make an example out of you, you know, there's no fast death.
I mean,
you know,
right? But they don't even care.
Put on a train. Like, remember, we were sitting there watching. This is my brother. This was like watching a movie with my brother. We're sitting there watching Strangeland. Okay, Captain Howdy, fucking D. Snyder's Strangeland, and there's a scene where they're in a fucking. For those who haven't seen it, sorry, just kicks my ass. There's a scene where they're in like some industrial music nightclub, and they have all these people that are just being wild, you know, like scarification going on and tattooing. And Kevin goes, "These people think they're scary? They're not scary." He goes, "Have the Gestapo walk in there. They just stop being scary really fucking fast." So you all want what'd you say? You're like, so you all want to have some rebellion, do you? I see. It was. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It was the scene with Captain Howard was hanging from the hooks.
Right.
Kevin
he was trying to be all frightening.
Like, at him, and he goes, "Shoot him." Rounds the rest of them up. I don't want the brick of this place standing by tomorrow.
Right. Like they're trying. They're trying to be all like scary and like, ooh, look at us.
It was a look on your face, dude. It's just you were just so cold. Just look up like you're looking at Captain Howdy. You're like, shoot him.
Exactly, because they're trying to be like, look at me, I'm scary and shit. And it's like, that's not the scary stuff in life. The scary stuff is when they make policy that kills people. That's the scary shit. Because you know, there's no arguing that crap.
Kick my fucking ass, dude. I was like, oh my god.
I know, it always comes back to Nazis with me. I'm sorry, folks.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, that was funny. So, see any movies lately?
I saw that The Fourth Kind.
Yeah, what'd you think about that? It looked like crap, to be honest, but you tell me.
It wasn't that bad.
No.
Actually, it was a lot better. Okay, first off, you got Mila Jovovich, who's, you know, the kind of actress you like to see in movies, because most of the time she's getting naked. You know, which is always good. And she comes out and she goes, look, this is based on fact, and some of the shit you're going to see is really disturbing. And immediately in my head, I'm like, bullshit. It's a movie. They can say it's real, and it's still not real. You know, but okay, you know me, dude. I go into movies, I'm going to automatically assume it's going to be sucky, but I'm going to just go ahead and buy into whatever they're trying to sell you anyway, because that's how it's fun. And it starts off, she's like a psychiatrist or psychologist that's dealing with, like, her husband died, and she's still dealing with the angst and shit that went on from that. And then they live out in, like, Nome, Alaska, and all of a sudden they're, like, doing some kind of research into people's, like, sleep deprivation, and apparently everybody out there was, like, 300 cases of people just, like, waking up in the middle of the night, and it's just unexplained anxiety and shit like that. And then, of course, you find out, it's supposed to be aliens. And, it just takes off from there. And it's like, it's pretty good. I mean, as far as, like, just, okay, that's not, it's not aliens, but I mean, what is it? How they trying to sell this shit as it goes on. And then when you finally figure it out, it's like you could have probably pieced that together if you had a little more time. I just thought it was really good.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't action packed. It was like a total blah 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 movie. It's just they show supposed like real footage going on along with the with the remake, and I'm kind of like as soon as I saw there's like one scene where a guy like kills his wife and then kills his kids, and they show like the revamped version with the original version, and that's when we're like going, all right, that can't be real because there's no way nobody would have that permission to fucking show that in a movie. That's a snuff flick. So.
Oh yeah, well, I saw Mongol finally. And,
what'd you think?
I got about 15 more minutes in it, but it was like I was watching it. It was like 3 in the morning last night or something, and I was just like, I can't do it, but it's a great movie. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I mean,
that's what I went into it too. I thought it was like going to be like, it might be like some high action karate movie, which is fucking in, right? But as it turns out, it was like, no, it's documentary. Holy shit, It was
actually filmed really well. Like, it's really well filmed. The action scenes are really well done. It's got the right amount of tension. It was really surprisingly good. I'm not saying it's best movie ever or anything, but maybe the best Genghis Khan movie I've ever seen. But I don't even know if he
Apparently there's a part 2 coming out, because they didn't actually cover, like, his entire life.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Well, is he Genghis Khan? I mean, I don't know. His name's not Genghis or anything. I mean, is that supposed to be his life story? Yeah, I don't know either. It's still pretty
Sorry, my daughter just, like, came up behind me
good.
and whispered, Daddy, good night. And I didn't see her coming. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She just scared the holy shit out of me, man.
That's what you want in your house, is a bunch of creepiness going on. So, yeah, I've been slowly moving crap over to the new place, and I got the deck stain and crap together to stain the deck. I had to buy.
So what kind of neighborhood is it? I mean, what are you living next door to?
Giant houses full of rich old people. Seriously, my neighbors are old, and
so you're actually living with the New World Order.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's all a bunch of look, North Royalton, it's kind of expensive to live in this damn town, and the property taxes are insane. So it's kind of like they call it Cedar Estates. I have no idea why I'm there. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know why I mean, it's like the opportunity presented itself. The economy was in shambles. They were basically like, here's $8,000. Go buy something, And I was just like, fuck it, And I went and did it, and now I'm kind of scratching my head going, wow, I mean, I don't even
How did I get that?
Yeah, I don't know how I have any of this. It's all bullshit, At the end of the day, it's all going to come screaming down because I shouldn't have it. But whatever, I'm going to enjoy it while I got it. Yeah, but you know what? Then I went shopping for ladders, and fucking
oh god,
a ladder's like $300 some bucks, man.
Why don't you ask me? Do we sell ladders? I can get you a ladder.
You gonna put one in a trash can and wheel it outside?
Yeah, I'll put it under my jacket.
Yeah, do you guys? Well, I need it. Well, they have weight, weight.
Trust me, I can get you a ladder. That weight won't be a problem.
Well, no, but here's the thing, right? Remember the house we lived in on Luann? Remember how high it was? Right, I need one that gets that high.
So you need a 20-foot ladder.
I guess. I don't know. It's got to be it's got to be extendable, right?
I don't see you getting on nothing that fucking high.
I got to, though. I got to where the gutters are, man. I got to get up there. I got no choice. I'm not going to pay nobody to do that shit. I'm going to do it. If I fall, fuck it. You're
saying that now. When you're falling, you won't be going, fuck it.
No, I realize that I'm going to be one of those guys that does the gutters once, and then after that, he's going to be like, fuck that, I'm calling somebody. I'm paying somebody to do that. Never doing that shit again. There's probably a squirrel up there and shit. Fucking bird's nest. No, I don't know. But I got to. Anyway, I got a little bit of moisture coming in the garage too. I got to look at. And when I say it's little, I do mean it's just a little bit, but it's coming in, and I want to make sure it stops before it turns into like a tidal wave of water coming in there. So stupid shit like that. Cease is going to help me fix like 4 small things this Tuesday.
I'm surprised you don't have like some form of like nanites that just goes out there and clean out your fucking gutter for you.
Yeah.
Like in Runaway with Gene Simmons and shit. They have the crickets going in there. Just...
If there was such a thing, dude, I would have it. I mean, I wouldn't fuck around with it. But yeah, no, I'm like, I get all these things on the door. They're all like, we'll do your lawn. We'll aerate your lawn for you. Yeah, aerate. What does that mean? They just come in with a rake and they just drag it over the top of the fucking thing. And they're like, hey, your lawn's aerated. $50, please. I'm not signing up. Yeah, I'm not signing up for nothing that's like a recurring payment of nothing. I'm just going to do it like myself, and then, because I don't know, I want to keep my expenses under control because the shit's just too crazy right now. But, Yeah, so that's about it. And
You have to have your lawn like a certain length, or they fine you.
no. Well, I mean, every city there's probably some city ordinance, but there's no homeowners association or anything. So I mean,
Yeah, because they had that. Like as soon as we moved in, like somebody from the fucking local things just like wanted to come over and start just like schmoozing us. We're like, get the fuck out of here. We don't belong to nothing. Are you kidding? We don't own. We're renting.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably just.
I'd like to own it. That way, we don't have to worry about people coming in and going, "You guys are pigs. You got to go."
I could. Yeah, I remember that time that we lived in Jamestown with Dad, and the management had walked through there, and they had made a comment on the phone to him or something. They were like, "Yeah, it looked like the football team had been through there," or something. Dad was all upset about it, And
it's true.
But but you know what? It was never that bad because he used to actually keep things pretty clean. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of the places I've been in before, it's like, fuck. They'd be like, "You get out!"
Yeah, dude. The first house Jody and I lived in there in Lakewood, the guy that was living there, the first guy that owned it was just like, and we didn't. I mean, I'm not saying that the place wasn't a fucking pigsty, but there was times where he walked in there and it was pretty damn clean, and he'd be like, "Well, you guys really don't fucking clean up around here at all, do you?" And we're kind of like, "What?" It's like he would come in unannounced, just to walk around and see what was going on. He's like, "Yeah, I was walking through your house today because I want to see what was going on." I'm like, "What do you mean you're walking through the house?" He's like, "Well, I own it." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm renting it, dude. You haven't got the right to walk through once you're renting it out. You got to fucking let us know." So I was like, "Well, how soon do I have to let you know?" And then he'd like try to evict us. He was just like, "Yeah, you guys have 2 weeks to move out."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
what?
Because he had to move in there and all that crap.
I was shitting myself, and I'm like, he can tell me to get all he wants. He can't fucking force me out. I'm renting. I'm like, it takes 6 months. But he probably would. I thought the guy was probably like Italian or something. He might have fucking got some guys over there, made my life, I'm fucking miserable. So I'm like, shit. So he's like, "No, well, I sold it, so I don't have to deal with you fuckers anymore." Yeah,
I mean, it depends on kind of what your lease is like. I mean, there's usually something on there where they can come in, because if you're like, "Well, I left the gas on by," they can get in there, and so they can't be like, "Can I come in?" No.
Yeah, that was just thing after I was like, "Well, I had to go get something." I'm like, "What?"
Right.
Fuck out of here, dude. I don't like people. That's why I like here. Our landlady, dude. We only see her if we call her. Otherwise, we never fucking see her. If we're late with something, which we're never late.
Dude, that's the best way. That's the best way it should be, man. I always see too much of mine wherever I go. It's like, now at least I'll have my own place. But I remember when I lived with Amber at in that Fairview apartment, and the landlord Rosa would always like open the door and like peek inside and stuff, and like Amber would come over and shit. But then Amber like stepped on my bed and broke it. Like,
how the hell did she manage that?
Because
she wasn't a small girl, but God, she wasn't that big.
Because she just stepped on the bottom of the box frame on the wood part, and just I don't know, just you just put all your weight there, it just broke. But it was just kind of like, God damn, girl, I gotta fuck up my shit. But she's on my Facebook too.
She's on mine too. I'll say hi.
Yeah, she doesn't do much. She seems like she's studying or something. Yeah, so I don't know. So that's that. And I've been working a lot. I got like fucking 3 jobs things going on, and building these websites, and I got this other shit going on with these people in Dubai and Vietnam and everything. It's kind of keeping my schedule all kind of out of whack. It's all bullshit though, because these people in Dubai are always like, I'm setting up this website for them, and it's for Dubai Customs. Okay, and Dubai Customs is like really strict about like fucking having any access at all to anything, and it's kind of like, well, hello, we have to dial in so we can install this. I mean, It's just like, I don't know. Well, seriously, they're all like, well, can you come to Dubai and stuff? And I'm like thinking, Yeah, it's like, look, we sold this piece of software for like $5,000. And by the time I like go to Dubai and get a room and install it and come home and everything, it's like,
now where is this at?
There's no fucking Dubai, the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you meant what they call Dubois in Pennsylvania, or in France, which is Dubois, which is how I know how to say it. But everybody else is like, so now there's a new way to say it. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Yeah, I think everybody knows where Dubai is because we deal with it so much. But yeah, so Dubai Customs, and so anyway, so we work through these middlemen that are over there because it's like they're the ones who sold the product for us, because it's not like we have a bunch of Arabic speaking guys on the payroll where I work, in Brecksville or anything. So we have these people that are over there, and they resell for us, and they accidentally sold stuff to Iran like a year.
Oops.
A year. We got nailed heavily for that. We had to pay like around, I think it was between $30 and
$6 billion.
It was like $30,000 to $50,000. But if there would have been a second offense, you basically would have buried the company. So we got to be extra careful about that. But anyway, so like I dial in there, but it's like I tell this guy's like, what do you need in order to get this done? Because we only have like 5 days to do this, right? And it's real simple. I need a domain name. I need an email address, and I need an SMTP server, which is the way the email gets sent. There's real standard stuff, right? And I asked them a couple other questions, like I need a demo login, because I need to be able to log in to what I just installed so I can make sure it fucking works. And I need anyway, it doesn't matter. So,
okay,
right? Because that's boring. Anyway, these are really simple things that I'm asking them for. Okay, and so the guy comes back like, because the hours are all crazy. Like it's 6 p.m. there, it's like fucking 6 a.m. here and shit like that. They're leaving or for the day or whatever, and they make fun of us because they're like, oh, they take weekends off and shit like that. But you know what? You try to get those guys after like 5 over there, fucking forget it. They're not working overtime. So. So the guy writes me an email, and he's like, okay, here is the email address you asked for. We're setting it up. I mean, actually, he didn't even give it to me. He's like, we're setting up the email address. What else do you need? Okay, listen, I've sent them that stupid list of shit like fucking 5 times. And it's like, come on, man. How are you, like, the customer's going to ask, okay, now how do we get to the website? Well,
right.
You haven't given me a fucking domain name, So anyway, it's retarded. So what'll happen now is it's been like the weekend's gone by. There's been no communication, no nothing over this, and so Monday will come and Dubai Customs will shut down the access again because they don't like anybody to access it, and then our partners will be angry because they'll blame us, and so this goes on all the time. It's just. So that's what I got to deal with. And you get these emails and stuff in the mornings from people, and the phone rings every morning at like 8 a.m., and they're like, are you coming in? And then you get in there and stuff, and then it's just like, look, it's the same. It's this, like I'm not holding on to some secret information, Well, okay, you guys, ask me the question again. Ask me the same question 20 times. Okay, well... The reality is that I have been holding out on you, and no, I mean, it's silly. So I don't know. I work. The place I work at is insane. So I don't know.
I never have to worry about. That's one of the best things about my job, dude. Is I never have to fucking worry about like interoffice bullshit because there isn't any.
Oh, we have tons of it. Tons and tons of it, but it's all like silly stuff. I mean, I get along with everybody fine. I do everything I do fine, but there's always this sense of like paranoia. I think that like I'm fucking around or something, Like I'm supposed to be like programming like something, and instead I'm like working on my Facebook game or something, And it's like no, I just because I got Catholic guilt. I got to get shit done because I'm afraid I'm going to get smacked in the mouth if somebody catches me fucking around. I don't. I totally am not like that, I gotta like, yeah. It's like, catch me lying or something. Did you work on that? Yeah. Well, then what's this? Oh, I don't know. That's me. That's how I live my life. So I don't fuck around. I get shit done. But yeah, but there's all, people I work with, they're not like that. They got, they're worried, and probably rightfully so because they've had a number of people like screw them over the years and things like that. So they're always on guard and everything. But I've been there like 13 years now, and it's kind of like okay, you guys can just trust me. I'm not 17. I'm 40. Almost 40 years old. So anyway. So driving a truck, I mean, does your boss call you on the radio, or does he call you on the phone?
No, we've got computers in the truck, and
it comes up like a chat message on there, or does his face appear? Brian, scary. Ah,
Yeah, the driver.
why are you masturbating while you're driving?
Go off the fucking road.
Oh.
Yeah, he does send us messages, but it's usually shit that has nothing to do with me. It's usually like other guys that are just completely fucking up. Especially
do they
whatchamacallit.
Do they reroute you? They're like, Brian, we need you to stop at Plymouth or something, and then you got to like go there. You know what I'm saying, like some other place, or I mean,
Yeah, every so often they have called me and said, you need to go stop over here and make this extra pickup. And of course, I was like, no. Like, when you high, I'm not going over there. Well, you have to. No, I don't. Come on. No, I'm not fucking. Come on, I love you. Come on, no. Why are you being such a bastard? I'm not fucking going over there. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll go over there, but then I'm not going over there to make that pickup. No, you have to. No, I don't have to. My contract states I go to one place and one place only, and that's it. All right? You change the shit, so I'm not going from one and going to the other one. I mean, that's just crazy.
So, okay, when I drive in the wintertime, okay, it's a harrowing experience because at any moment the car could just suddenly be like, you know what? I think I'm going to do some spins. I
was going to have some fun by putting you in harm's way. I understand completely.
Right, or I'm going to, you know what? I think the brake pedal won't work right now, and I'm just going to let the car keep going into the oncoming lane. I drive through the metro parks, and this happens frequently. And my car handles actually pretty good in the snow, but every so often I'll hit an ice patch, and it can go wonky.
Car decides it wants to do other things, yeah.
Exactly. Now, how do you deal with that when you got to drive through it? And I realize that the truck is heavier and everything. So does that just make it like snow is just not a problem? I mean, what is
no? Actually, snow isn't, because snow's traction. So mostly it depends. I mean, there's various degrees. I mean, obviously, you can only do so much, and then you're going to slide off the fucking road anyway. And, you're going to die. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. So if it's snowing, but it's really not sticking, you don't worry about that shit, okay? I mean, you keep it in mind that you can't be standing around fucking around, you have to pay attention. On the off chance, if your truck slips a little bit, I mean, it does happen from time to time, your tire's you're gonna catch eventually, okay?
It's because you have like 20 tires,
snowing
basically.
Really bad out, then the only thing you can do is you just slow down. Then that's when it gets tricky, because you're slowing down, but most dickheads who think they know what the hell they're doing, that's the kind of guys that go, all these guys, they start slowing down because they don't know what they're doing. It's like, no, dude, they do know what they're doing. That's why the fuck they're slowing down, because they know when you slow down, you're not going as fast, you're actually heavier, and you're not as likely to fucking die. So most of us just slow down. I mean, it sucks because it's going to take fucking longer to get to where you're going, but rather that than getting ripped to fucking pieces, by smashing into shit. And then if you start losing too much traction, or you kind of have a choice of either going near the shoulder, because that's where either all the salt or the fucking snow is going to be, and you're going to get traction with that way. Or it depends if, like, let's say the tractor's starting to slide, but the trailer's still going the same way. Then that's when you pull on the. They have an actual brake inside the tractor, which will stop only the trailer brakes. Okay, and then I mean, it's a chance. It's like you don't yank it. You just give it enough of a pull that it kind of straightens you out. Or if your trailer's going out of control, but your tractor is still going the same, hopefully that's not because you had to stop really fucking fast. Then you gas on it, and then you'll pull everything straight out. So it's kind of it's kind of one of those things where you just have to deal with it as it comes to you. You just know that it's winter and it's going to suck for 6 months. So. I mean, like I said, either you can pull it off, or you're dead.
But mentally, I mean, do you just not? I mean, how do you deal with the? I don't know. I mean, you just feel, because it's like I'm stressed out when the snow is really heavy. I mean, I'm just like, I'm wired up. I can do it, but it's like when I drove back from Michigan on, what was that? What do they call that road when you're coming south out of Detroit?
I-75. I take US-23 myself,
yeah,
but
I-75.
I-75 is always a fucking nightmare.
People are just flowing off the road. They're all over the side and everything, and it's like I'm driving through that nightmare, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna have a heart attack, because it's like completely like freaking out. But you don't get like that in the truck, huh? Knowing you're probably just like rocking tunes, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I am actually. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. It's like the other thing I do. I just posted that on our chat is I lug the engine, which means that if you have you're shifting, and what that is that you have it in a high gear, but you're basically letting the engine go so slow that you should technically be shifting down. But you don't. That way, if you hit ice, it's going to take the tires a second or two before they actually start to spin out, and by then you should be catching traction again, and everything should be okay. So, I mean, it's that has always, knock on whatever the fuck I'm sitting on, has always pretty much worked for me. But I mean, I don't fuck around, dude. I mean, I've been driving for 18 years. I don't want to lose my license because for some second, I mean, some Adderall craze, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to go, ha, if I die, I die, yeah.
So have you ever been to any crazy truck stops? Like, have you ever, like, are they all
Lake
just...
Station outside Chicago, there's a place called Lake Station, which anybody who knows that area knows it's pretty shitty over there. And yeah, that was actually really goddamn crazy. I mean, there was one time where some black guy was in the truck and he was really pissed off because there's, people going racist out there, and he's just driving through the parking lot. He's like, does anybody want to fight? Does anybody want to fight? Come on, I'll fucking fight you. Do you? Do you? Do you? I had my feet hanging out the window when he was starting to drive around. I slowly pulled my feet back in because I didn't want him to like, you want to fight with me? Because I'm stupid. I'm like, yeah, I guess if you want to, but not because I'm racist, just because you're fucking stupid, plus at that point I was
so you
like,
didn't go into any crazy like South American ones where there's a bunch of dead animals hanging on the walls and everything, and it's all Rob Zombie like,
No, it's just it depends because we're from the north and I go down south and I'm southern truck stops and they're just weird as it is. I mean they are, man. They're just like, oh, fucking Christ.
Do you talk to other truck drivers when you're there? I mean, you're like, hey, can I sit here at the table with you guys? And
no, God, no. I don't talk to anybody unless I have to. I mean, I will if I go at the where I usually spend the night out in Toledo. There's a bar there, and I'll talk to the guys there.
Yeah.
And it depends. Usually you're just dealing with like just regular dudes that just drive trucks, but every so often you get like, are you a Yankees? Like, dude, it's fucking Toledo. Yes. Who the fuck says that shit anymore? What the fuck, man? So.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and have another whole Oblast radio about truck driving.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in that, they can listen to Kevin's Oblast where Brian gave us a hour and a half deal on what it's like to drive a truck. And you can find that at videogamenews.com. The first post on the front page will tell you how to get this show, Midwest Wasteland, as well as Video Game News Radio, Kevin's Oblast Radio, Cleveland Sports Radio, My Take Radio, Tumbling with Tumbleweed, and I can never remember the name of Blaine's show, or I would pimp it, and I can never remember it. But the link is there, videogamenews.com, first post on the front page, tells you how to get all those shows. So, definitely check it out. No Blast has a really good thing with the truck driving stuff going on. So, I finished Fable 2.
What'd you think?
I was a little bit sad that it ended so quickly. The end was really
There's other shit you can do.
Yeah, I've basically done it all. The ending was rather, it was too easy, I think. I mean, I was expecting I was going to have to, at some point, fight some horrific monster, and it was really
it was just the end of the story, man. I mean, you've gone through so much to get there. I mean, fuck. You're on that pirate island. You got to get through there. Plus, you have a family, which I lucked out, dude. There's one of the demon doors, and if you go there, and if you like propose to the wife or whatever, or blow her a kiss, it opens up, and there's a house in there. And like, unless you get this one undead chick at the end of this one adventure, which I ended up fucking marrying her, which was a huge mistake. Everybody that you live with, if you're playing like a good guy or whatever, it totally loves living there. So.
Yeah, I don't have any kids. I never did the kid. I got married, but I never had any kids.
No, I got the kids. That's great, man. The kids, because they're just like they're just fucking running around and being little fuckers. It depends if you're playing a good character. But if you're playing a bad character, they go around and they chase the other kids. It's fucking funny. There's that one guy that I helped him because he was being attacked by this guy called Reaver or whatever, some fucking bandit, and then later on you have to find a date for his son, but it turns out his son's gay, so he's like, I'll sell you the farm really cheap. It's like $75,000. I said, fuck it, and I bought it, and I didn't know this. Okay? You buy that farm, and then you find that this guy left his shotgun in like this crypt area underneath the farm, And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. And you know, most guns like the rifle, I think the master rifle does like 112 damage. Dude, this guy's shotgun does 177 damage. I mean, but the thing is, you got to turn down your fucking TV because it's like boom every time you show. I'm like, oh my god, you know.
I use the revolver because it reloads so quick. And
oh yeah,
I just fire
like
off.
Crack. I just I had the what's the when you can like reload. You can shoot really fast, but you have to reload. And then there's like, you go to Knothole Island, and I forget what the hell you turn them, but there's a Halo from the game Halo. There's a rifle in there, and it only does 40 points of damage, but you don't have to reload it. So it's like, okay, next weapon, and then I raise the dead, and my monster.
All right, well, for some reason, I haven't found most of this crap you're talking about, and yet I don't have that many.
I got the book.
I don't have that
so
many
adventures. Fuck everything is.
Oh, I see. Okay, you cheated.
It helps, dude. I found tons of quests I didn't even know existed. I went back. That's why I went back and started playing.
So, what did you choose at the end? Money or your loved ones? Or
I would take my loved ones because I want my dog back. I only did it once where I chose because I wanted to see what happens if you choose bringing back everybody.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah,
that was dumb because I have no dog and they don't give a fuck. All right, because I played like a really evil character. Like my character had glowing red eyes and horns and shit. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the opposite thing. I was thinking I'll grab the money. And I looked that up later. And it's like, no, money just means you can pretty much just buy whatever you want. But if you just keep buying up properties and shit and renting stuff out, you're going to make a ton of cash anyway.
Right.
So why fucking bother with that? I'm like, all right, well, then I will do, I think it's sacrifice or whatever. And I brought them all back. And it didn't make any difference, dude. People were just like, I can't wait for you to screw up so I can chop you down, you know, the guards. And, of course, I just turn off the safety. I'm like, boom, and shoot them and shit. Like, fuck you. You don't talk to me that way. I'll kill you. You know, that's the kind of character I am.
So that people just run away from you when you show up in town. They're like,
I told you about that. I'm like sitting there at the blacksmith. And, you know, because that's how you first make money. You go over to the blacksmith and do that stupid fucking tink, tink, tink. Oh, you make gold. Look at you. You're doing so well. But if you're really fucking spooky, every time you hit the hammer, everything to time just goes, ah. So I was cracking up, man. So like, for fuck's sake, okay. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to shoot fucking everybody around me, and then I'm going to go back and try doing the job, but you can't because the guards are fucking you up at that point. So, you ever do that? Like you played Oblivion.
Oh, yeah.
You ever do that? Like when you play like you're so powerful, you just like run through towns and start killing all the guards and everybody else.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? I mean, you know, you're like, okay, save before I do this.
It is, but I was always like, you know, worried that I was
can't commit any crimes in that game. You do it in fucking one town, and the other town they didn't know about it.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna fuck myself up and not be able to finish some mission because everybody in that town would always be like, you know,
guards.
The person that I need is dead or something. You know, and it's like,
yeah.
Fuck.
It's okay, and they leave the body. You go back. You're like, why has this body been here? It's been here 2 weeks now, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I still have some shit I haven't finished in that game. I go back on there every so often. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? I haven't done this. So, but it's like not. But I'm like level 20. So that's like when you get those crazy bug people that are like super fucking powerful. So you got to be like really fucking careful around them because, you know, if you're a warrior, forget about those. Rip you to pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. I for some reason I seem to be like I seem to be into these sandbox RPGs. I liked Fallout 3. I liked Oblivion. I liked Fable 2.
Yeah, it's got replay value.
I
That's
played
why
Grand Theft Auto 4 to the end. I've played The Lost and the Damned to the end. I haven't bought that gay one yet, and I don't know if I will.
Which one?
The second expansion to Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I don't know. That seems to be the genre that I'm really into. I got to sit down now and play Mass Effect 2 and
yeah, I will when I get it back from my girlfriend. She's still playing it.
BioShock 2.
Yeah, well, Fable 3 comes out sometime at the end of this year, and then Oblivion, New Elder Scrolls is coming out too.
Oh, really?
They just don't know. Well, they don't know when because they just released. I mean, I'm sorry, they haven't released yet. They just got done, you know, announcing Fallout Vegas.
Yeah.
So Fallout 3 Vegas, which one of the guys here in the chat just showed it. Like I looked at the pictures, it looks good. You know, hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean, you know, as long as the inventiveness is there, you know, the gameplay is okay. But as long as the storyline continues to be interesting, then that's really what kind of makes these games fun. You know, when it starts to get kind of like, I don't know, too by the numbers, then I get bored with it. But I don't know. I thought Fable 2 was a lot better than Fable 1, and Fable 3 is coming out, so hopefully that'll be good too. You know, better than playing more.
It looks like it's going to be fun as hell, dude. I mean, This one is like the industrial age, but it's like, if you're a good character, you'll get angel's wings. If you're a bad character, you get demonic wings by that's like one of your expressions. And I'm like, that could be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. It's 9:33. So, you got any vacation this year, or did you already take it all?
First week of April, and I need that because I need the cash when I go to Cinema Wasteland. So, once again, I wasn't really planning on going for the entire fucking weekend, but I mean, you're going, aren't you?
I'm still thinking about it. I mean, this move thing's kind of got me,
Yeah, I know. I figured it got you tied up in shit.
Well, pickle. I know Mike was supposed to go though, and so figured I'd go once to go. I know. I know I should go, but
She'll go on Friday because Friday's like we just go there and we just you saw what it was like. It's Saturday, dude. It's like where the fuck did all these people come from?
I think Larry said he's not going. So
what?
Yeah, he said that he can't afford it, and he's got to move and something else. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just what he said. I mean, when it comes down to it, and it's the Cinema Wasteland weekend, he'll probably force himself to get up and go, But it's like, I don't know. I'll see if Cease wants to go and Mike's supposed to go and everything. But, if everybody kind of bails and shit and doesn't want to do it, I'm not going to show up by myself. Because it's just mostly like...
No, I'll be there. I mean,
going into
that's just my weekend where I get the fuck out.
Yeah, but you just sit there on the side of the bed with a smile on your face, like, drinking and...
Yeah, I'm just going to sit in my hotel room and drink.
Well, not your hotel room. It's like whoever rents it, Blackie and Oz, essentially, in their army of neocons.
Diabolical friends, yeah. Yeah, Oz sent me a list of everybody he knows that's going to this, whatchamacallit, going to Mansfield. I was kind of like,
yeah,
okay,
I saw it. It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it's 15 people, but those are the people that paid. I mean, Mansfield's not until November. Half the people he'll probably, see at Cinema Wasteland and
right, yeah. Well, I mean, Jody's brother's totally interested in going. He said he went to Alcatraz. He got to see what that was like in there, and I'm like, yeah, but that's a tour.
Everybody's interested in going, dude, until you got to ask them to fork over $75, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh. I mean, everybody wants to go.
Got a job. I mean,
well,
Christ.
I know, but that's just the thing, though. When you tell people that they've got to part with their money, then all of a sudden they're like,
yeah.
More.
No, because
like,
if he goes, he'll bring his wife, and then there's Jason, which is his son, who's 20-something years old. But I know that guy is pretty cool. So I mean, they're totally going to be all right. So if worst comes to worst, Jody can corral them.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, Oz and I are going to have to buy the rest of the tickets and then spread the love to people.
Spread the love, yeah. Let people know on MySpace or Facebook. Hey, we should have it all, like a raffle off, dude, for our show. Just people want to go. You have to be able to come all the way out here. Yeah, you have to be over fucking 18 years old.
I just wonder, okay, there's like a tour for 90 minutes or whatever. That's fine, and then we'll walk around for about 3 hours, and after that, I think we'll all be bored. I mean, I really think it's going to be like one of those things. Like about 2 in the morning, we're going to be like, well, what do you guys want to? I'm leaving. Because I mean, what else is there to do? It's not like there really is going to be a ghost. I mean, if there was a ghost, that'll be awesome. But it's not like you can only sit in a cell for so long and go, "Hello, is anybody here? Hello?"
Yeah.
And then eventually, you're going to be like, "How much longer is this shit?" Well,
fuck, I don't know.
5 hours.
We should bring laser tag guns. That'd be cool as fuck. So if somebody would fucking trip and fall over the fucking, like, ah! Oh, Christ.
I mean, there's lots of stuff to, go and look at and stuff like that, but it's not like I've got a bunch of, ghost detector equipment or anything either, It's not like I'm going to have some sort of RF indicator. I mean, I don't know. It's like,
should.
I don't know. What is it, though? I don't even have it. I don't even know what it is.
I got night vision goggles.
Oh, my God.
Which I had to have. And I got that bullshit thing on my iPod, which is supposedly a ghost detector, but all it does is it's like a random name generator. But that's just gonna be fun. And plus, I got an app on my iPod Touch. It's a Ouija board, which I'm like, oh, that'll be great. And then I got sound effects. It makes spooky sound effects. So, but of course, the only thing that I really give a fuck about is my lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
Go on fucking whatchamacallit. Go on iTunes apps and just type in lightsaber, dude.
Oh, the app. Yeah, I have that.
That's the best.
I thought you meant you were actually bringing a real lightsaber.
No, me and my daughters, because they both have it on theirs, too. We were having a lightsaber battle, and then I turn the music on and shit, and then, then I'm trying to choke him with my Jedi powers. I'm like, you don't have Jedi powers.
God.
Yeah, what? I have Jedi powers. Fuck you. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I got night vision on my one old camera, my high 8 camera, and but I don't know. I mean, like, the battery's going to last for about an hour, and then it's going to be and stuff, and like, what am I really going to film with it? So that's kind of. And then I got to bring regular flashlights and stuff. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm not knocking it or anything. I'm not sure what we're going to do for like 6 or 7 hours in that place, man. It's just going to be like,
cockfights.
Yeah. We should bring cards and play poker,
Yeah.
So
We'll act like we're in prison.
So are you bringing a Ouija board?
I mean, a real one?
Well, Parker
I don't know
Brothers
if you'd be allowed to bring that in. No, I got one on my iPod. I don't know if I could fucking sneak in a real one. Oh my god, that'd be crazy, dude. We could make our own horror movie.
You could bring in whatever you want. There's no sneaking in, Just bring whatever. You can't bring liquor in or anything.
No drugs, no booze, no alcohol, no nothing.
Totally
it's just going to be video cameras and people posing, acting like they're raging, and then they're going to go back to like bored face, and then I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. We'll have a whole prison to ourselves. I mean, we're thinking it's going to be boring, but we don't know. I've never been in a fucking prison. So, I mean, I've delivered to a few, but I've never been inside one.
Yeah, I know. But it was actually on one of the Ghost Hunters. They went there, It's all shitty in there. It's all fucking dirty and gross. So make sure you wear gloves and
hard sole shoes.
Bring like a mat to sit your ass on, because you're probably not going to be any place to sit. You're going to want to. You're going to get into like a cell and stuff, and you're going to be like, I'm tired.
Yeah. You're going to look at this guy's rack and think about, you're going to lay down there and have dreams about being raped.
You're going to want to sit on something. You're going to sit there and stuff, and you're going to be like, I hope there's a ghost.
Dude, there's no way you could fucking sleep. Because you're going to have fucking all these goddamn people that are just going to be messing with you. And Packard's going to be there. You're not like going to get any sleep. He's going to talk the whole time.
They're all going to act too serious is what I'm thinking. Everyone's going to be like, shut up, shh. Quiet. Could be like, what? What do you hear? Shh. Did you see that?
I'm going to do that. That's why I put that spooky fucking sound effects on my iPod, man.
You gotta like
back and shit.
You gotta, yeah. I'm just gonna follow you around and watch you do that to people because people are gonna be like, "What? I didn't see anything over there." I just saw that move. Hold on.
You gotta be just like in the fog. Be like, what is that?
Hey.
I'll press a button on my fucking iPod. That might backfire. Because then we'd think it's like being fucking funny and shit, like freaking somebody out, and they just go completely crazy, and they just start killing everybody.
Yeah, you got to just like set stuff up with like you bring like some fishing line so you can like pull stuff and have it like fall and stuff, and because no one will be able to see it in the dark, and then you'll just be like, "What? Do you see something?"
Yeah.
And then you go, ting, ting, ting. You know what, though? People might shit their pants if you did that. I don't know. That might not be a good idea. I don't want to sit around with a bunch of people.
Bring a box of mice.
Smell like poo. Probably find some in there.
I know, about rats. Or spiders.
You know what, though?
Goddamn spiders.
Yeah, big-ass spiders, I believe. But what's a rat going to eat in an abandoned prison? It's not like there's not like there's a big, like, smorgasbord of food in there for them to chew on anymore. It's like, whatever kind of...
Bring, like, some fucking blowtorches.
Whatever kind... I'm more worried about, like, finding a hobo in there or something, that's, like, fucking deranged or something. Yeah. What are you doing down here? Oh, shit! Hold it, all right.
There's a man-sized hole in the wall, and there's a big pile of fucking, like, poo and toilet paper and just bones sticking out of the poo. And it's like, oh, God, he's going to fuck out of here, man.
You with the pipe and shit. I hit the other guy that came down here earlier with the pipe.
Imagine the guards, because those guys still work there. They got cameras, I'm sure, looking at, like, the entrances and exits. And all of a sudden they see, like, 30 pairs of arms and shit sticking out of the bar screaming, get us out of here. Like, hey, look at that. What are they doing? Oh, they're probably just filming shit.
Fucking Like, the guys that probably run the place are just going to take the money and go get some fucking heroin and shit and let's juice up. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Hey, you guys have fun inside the prison, all right? We'll see you later.
Well, dude, I mean, we're going to know, because we're going to go up to the fucking gate. They're going to have a pair of bolt cutters. Like, yeah, we'll let you in. We work here, right?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Like, you wouldn't even stop, dude. We'd be like, sure.
You just go on in and look around, do whatever you want, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
There you go, Brian. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun, but like I said, after like about the first, I'm going to try and broadcast the entire time we're doing the show, so I'm going to be more like narrating what's going on to people. But it'll be interesting to see, I don't know, if anybody, you know, how serious everybody gets with it. Because if everybody gets overly gay about it, I don't know.
Oh, dude, it'd be great if everybody was overly gay about it. You know, if everybody was like serious, like they pull like dividing rods and shit. You know, people we know,
find water.
the people we party with, man, these wild savages. All of a sudden, there's like start pulling out like the Necronomicon and stuff, and they pull out like robes.
Well, that'd be kind of freaky if that shit happened.
What we do? You're locked in. You can't get out. Like all of a sudden, the people we know
the first
suddenly
question,
have like a whole other life we had no clue about, and all of a sudden they're like part of like the Illuminati. You know?
Yeah. The first question I'd be asking is like, "Does this require a sacrifice? Because if it does, I'm not going to be it." You know.
Eyes are looking at you. Oh yeah, you are.
I'm going to be broadcasting on VGN. We're going to do Blog Talk Radio. I'm going to reserve a 4-hour block. I'm looking to do it between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. It'll be 2 shifts. I'm going to broadcast via my cell phone. There may be some breaks in between where, you know, I got to recharge the fucking battery on my phone or whatever, or switch phones. I got 2 phones, so I'm going to do something like that and try to keep it together that way. And I'm also bringing a laptop, but it does depend on how well the cell reception is and where we go and all that kind of stuff too. I mean, if I walk down into like the lower floor or something and the thing kicks out, then the broadcast will just stop for a while. So it'll definitely be up on Blog Talk and you know, all that kind of stuff. But if you listen live that night, yeah, you'll be able to hear most of it starting at about 11 p.m. Hopefully. Can't really say what the cell phone reception is going to be like at Mansfield Prison. You know, it's like,
yeah, we're going in now.
Yeah.
And that was the last we ever heard of them.
I can still hear his cell phones on. Kevin, are you there? No, stop. Don't eat me. Where'd Kevin go? He went down this hallway. Oh my God! You know.
So fucking Evil Dead.
Tearing people apart. Like, what have you done? Yeah, Brian, that's what you should do.
Why have you disturbed us from our slumber?
That's what you should do, dude. That would be awesome. You should bring, like, the Necronomicon, and, like, while we're there...
I'm bringing all that shit.
While we're there,
I was just on there, but I'm going to come in there like it's real.
Yeah! No, but that's right. Like, you should start doing a spell.
I was just on Amazon. I just ordered the Malleus Maleficarum, the witch hammer.
Awesome.
Trust me, dude. I'm going to fucking...
Bring some chalk powder, and then you can sprinkle it on the
chicken.
Well, yeah, you could sprinkle it on the floor and start making like a pentagram without drawing on anything and stuff, and put some candles down.
Learn a bunch of stuff in Latin. You have any idea how great that's going to be? Because everybody will expect... Dude, no, I can't, because my girlfriend will be there with her brother and shit.
Oh, she could get into it. Come on, you guys could do some Wiccan crap, you know?
Yeah, because Wiccans generally fucking
ring a fucking chime and fucking sprinkle some leaves on the ground and shit, or whatever the Wiccans do. I don't know, I'll do it then. I think that shit will be fucking funny, man. We'll just act like it's normal. I'll be like, what? It's Brian Baird. It's we've done this before. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys find this unusual?
We're cleansing the room, but then there'll be something wrong. Something will happen.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We're halfway through this, and you didn't bring the
oh shit,
the hangman skin. No, I couldn't find the hangman skin, dude. I didn't make it. Oh my God! Run!
We're done. Do you know what this means? We can't get out of here. We're dead. Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
That's great. Then what you do is that you sneak in you sneak in your youngest, and have her have a little giggle, and she'll just run around.
Just record her doing that. Look at this guy. It'd be funny. Brian opens a portal. No, it wouldn't be funny, dude. We've seen those movies. A bunch of little claymation guys will come out, and fucking us up,
beat our ass.
Yeah, you know, like you think you're funny.
All right. Well, it's 9:48, so we're gonna wrap the show up. I don't know if we're doing sports or not because Larry's not online. So if he appears, then we'll probably start sports at about 10 o'clock. I don't know if Anderson's going to join for sports. Doesn't sound like it because, as far as I know, poker is not a game that's over in 2 hours. It's a game that's over at 7 in the morning or something. So I don't know. I mean, basically, I would say we're not going to do sports, but we'll see.
You never know.
So we could talk about fucking NCAA basketball. I'd rather do something else. Anything else. But all right, dude, thanks for doing the show. We'll be back next week with Video Game News Radio. Hopefully we'll have a bigger turnout for that. And then we'll be following up the week later with a Midwest Wasteland. And I think we will do gross stuff that week. Bailey will not be available that time, and so we may try and push the military one off a month from now. I did ask Corey Coleman to join us in an email. He didn't get back to me. I'll pester him again when it comes close to the time when we decide to do the military show again, but we'll be doing the gross stuff, gross things that we've seen, witnessed, or taken part in on the next Midwest Wasteland, which will be in 2 weeks. Next week, Video Game News Radio, and stay tuned for sports, I guess. If I don't see you, Larry, get online by 10:05, then there'll be no sports show. So, Brian, thanks, man.
Yeah, anytime, bro.
Take it easy.
Yep. You too.